welcome to the 54th Head of the Charles. We're here with two members from the Trinity College Dublin 8 and their coach as well. So you've obviously travelled over from Dublin a long way. Why was it important for you to come to this regatta?
Yeah, so first of all, really we have quite an ambitious programme now, probably one of the more ambitious programmes in Ireland. So to kind of race at a regatta of this standard, kind of send over one of our top crews, test our abilities against really an international field, which is something we just haven't had the chance to do before, will be a main kind of thing. Also with our coach Richard, we're moving the program to a place where we are thinking of ourselves as an international program, an international university as well, with Trinity College Dublin. So to kind of attract some interest from abroad. Like usually we'd have Irish recruits, maybe a few British recruits, but kind of looking at America, looking at the guys here, what they're doing, what their programs are like, and kind of generate that interest and putting in a performance along the way. I don't know if Brian has anything to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, Sean pretty much covered it all there. I mean, we wanted to come over here to race the best crews in the world. I suppose we go to Henley every year, but this is something that the club has never been to before, so we wanted to come and experience this. It's been a privilege and a really great opportunity to come over here. I mean, the course is quite difficult, obviously. Our cocks found it difficult to manage, and we had a new boat and new oars and everything, so that was obviously a bit of a challenge. So without a doubt, we're going to go home a faster crew than when we arrived.
Now, one thing that I think is really, really cool about you guys coming over here is even over here, you guys have a pretty good reputation as a club. Like, people here in the U.S. know who you are. You're known for being pretty aggressive, being very good racers, going to big regattas. What was exciting for you guys coming out here to kind of see like new crews? Like, who are you looking forward to, even internationally, to racing against?
Yeah, I mean, we really don't know much about the international, scene, especially in America. I mean, we follow all the crews over in the UK, but when we come over to America, we're looking at these crews and we're looking at maybe who they raced against that we raced against to try and compare ourselves to that. But really, we went into it completely blind. We know that these crews are on serious high-performance programs with serious scholarships, and we're kind of trying to emulate that and emulate their success. So really, yeah, it's just been a really good learning experience for all of us. Yeah.
Now, do you think that actually helps you, like kind of not knowing who they are, just coming in blind, racing your own race, and just doing what you know how to do?
I mean, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed when you look at the crew sheet and you see Harvard and Dartmouth and all these huge American universities. So I mean, it's a good thing that it was a time trial and that we could just focus on ourselves and just not worry about all these names and just focus on what we do best. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it really worked out for you guys. I mean, it sounds like you passed an incredible amount of boats, which if you have not raced on this river is really hard to do. It's really hard to do. A lot of times there literally is not enough space in between the bridges or the waterway to actually get past other boats. So it's really neat. It's a coxswain's race. It's really neat to hear that you guys did so well. So.
You started 36 out of 36, I believe, and you made it up to 11th. Like that's fair going. Like, did you expect to have that kind of a jump up through the field?
I'll take that. Yeah, again, kind of echoing what Brian said there. We kind of, we had a few names that we had in our heads as to who would be kind of at the top of the pack, who would be around there. But once again, I think we kind of came over. This is a big event. It's probably one of the bigger events outside of Henley that we would take part in, if not the biggest. I think maybe the UBC has done. So we kind of went in, very much raced our own race. It's kind of something that we do as a program. We don't kind of look too much at what other people are doing, and we're an internal kind of focus. Race your own race, kind of faith in the training we've done. We've put a large amount of work into this. For Ireland, we have 30 guys on a program, which would be doing pretty damn good, doing senior training. So kind of pushing them on, racing what we need, what we do in Ireland, what we do in England, what we do in America, bring it over on this stage. Again, a privilege to do that. to test ourselves against that kind of competition. Look, we had a few scalps that we wanted to take. I think we took a few of them. We overtook a couple of crews on the way up. Took two crews at once, actually. We came down the middle, which is a nice feeling. But certainly, it was an internal focus. We executed our race plan. That's kind of what we built ourselves to do, and not look too much outside the boat, outside the crew, outside the squad, and kind of what people might be saying or thinking outside of those boundaries. So I think we kind of did what we came to do to a good degree, I think.
That's really awesome to hear. Now, I want to hear from your coach. We have the coach here, which is super, super exciting. We can get a little bit of a different perspective here. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about what it's like, really a little bit about you, because you have a very interesting story yourself, and then what it's like actually bringing your boys back over here, and kind of how this all works for you from your perspective, and how it went for you.
Well, I grew up and was born in Providence, Rhode Island, so I'm only 45 minutes south of you guys. I actually coached women for 28 years at Division I level, and the reality is when the job opened up at Trinity, the whole idea of coaching in Ireland was a dream, and it has not disappointed. Ireland in general, the rowing in Ireland is it's just a really hard-working, tough group of athletes. Every university, every club, it's impressive to be around. It actually reminds me of my days in Philadelphia, where it's just a great community. So as far as coming here, I think Sean and Brian summed it up really well. Like, there's a few reasons we came. From my perspective, I knew that we would be challenged in every way. The stressors of the Charles, the competition. We need to get out of our comfort zone and find a way to create more speed. And it certainly did it. So we're going to bring back this experience back to Ireland and get even faster. But there's other reasons. Our program started in 1836. There's no better tradition than Trinity College rowing. And what we're trying to do is, as someone who's familiar with the collegiate system, when people graduate in the U.S., they're missing out on the next level. The university experience ends when they graduate. And one reason why we're here, we're actively looking for graduate students to come to Trinity and get their master's degrees and continue the dream of sculling and sweeping and representing your university. It's one of the top 3 reasons why we're here. That, finding more speed. And the third reason is we have a lot of alumni in America. And last night was a large crowd, a very boisterous crowd, and a great experience. And we couldn't be more proud to be here. And to be quite honest, I now have 2 homes, Ireland and the U.S., and it's enjoyable to walk between both.
Now, that's really interesting to hear that you have come here sort of with that U.S. perspective, which we see as a problem here too. Once you graduate, you're sort of homeless. There's nowhere to go unless you become a master's rower, and even then there's a gap where you have to be 27 plus. So that's really, really interesting that you've come here and said, like, please, why don't you come get an MBA or come get a graduate degree and come back and row in a place where there's so much rowing tradition. I mean, you got, like I said, we know who you are. We know who you are here. It's an amazing place to row. That's so interesting to hear you say that. I mean, is that something that you would ever think about, like being from Ireland, having that sort of perspective, having the option to continue? Like, here in the U.S., we don't have that option, but for you and coxing, you can.
Yeah, I suppose we kind of take it for granted, really. I suppose, yeah, we it's normal for us, so we wouldn't think of it.
You guys are lucky. You guys are really lucky. Seriously,
we are lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
No rules.
Yeah.
Literally, we just row.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, that's really neat to hear. So you plan on sticking around for a while.
Yes.
Which is so cool. I actually had the privilege of racing at the Cork Regatta myself, so I had the best time. I mean, Ireland was it was the most amazing place. So I see why you wanted to stay. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about what is coming up for you guys. What do you have next? Where do you take the team from here?
The one area we struggle in Ireland is we don't race enough. So we may have one head regatta this fall, as they say, the autumn. But it's a precarious country with conditions. We've had a lot of regattas canceled last year, and if anything, I think we're all under-raced. So this was one reason why we came to Boston. What we'll be doing is we'll be heading back into small boats, sculling and sweep, continue the training, getting ready for exams at the end of the semester. Nothing different than anyone in the U.S. The one area that's different in Ireland, which is probably people will find amazing, we start early September and we go all the way through to mid-July. It's an incredibly long season, and one reason why we came to Boston was we finished mid-July and then we announced we're going to Boston, and I was like, boys, enjoy 2 weeks because we're getting back on the horse and we're going to get ready for Boston. It's just a motivational tool, and it's our goal to come here every year, and our alumni support allows us to do that. So that's what's next, no different than anyone else. We like the motto, hard work is the price of admission. No, bottom line, that's what we're going to go start doing again.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
Do you want to let us know as well where we can find you on social media as well?
Yeah, sure. So we're on the usual kind of things: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Generally, we're DU Boat Club. Dublin University Boat Club is ourselves. Also, Trinity Sport, Trinity College Dublin, they kind of do a lot of sharing for us as well. Our website too is actually kind of new and updated, so www.duboatclub.com. We put a lot there as well. And actually, front square of Trinity College, if anyone's passing through, we have a nice little old school notice board there if anyone wants to take a look and see things going on. They would be our main ones, yeah.
Perfect.
And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about how to find you, or maybe learn more about the MBA program, or about coming back to you?
Yeah, we have about 20 people with lots of brochures walking the shores right now. It's very similar. We actually even have the business school here with us. Very easy, like Sean said, you reach out to our website or Trinity Sport. We're very easy to find, and we're fortunate because we want to do a few things really well, and we always want to continue with our novice development. It's the backbone of our program. It's always been there, and it's going to remain there. And really trying to get Irish rowers to come to Trinity and have a great experience. But the third area, we really want to see some global outreach. Our university is a top 100 university in the world. Our MBA program's in the top 70. It's a place you need to be. But at the end of the day, we have a few goals. It's academics, and it's all about winning pots at the end of the year. And our goal is 4 pots this year. No question about it. A pot is what is a pot?
It's I suppose, yeah, we back in Ireland after national championships we don't really have medals, we have little tankards which we call pots, so they're quite nice, yeah, a lot better than medals anyway.
I don't think we even call them tankards here.
No.
That's so neat. That is so neat. Well, anything else that you guys want to tell us about your experience here, or what you hope to kind of bring back to Ireland with you after this coaching? Exactly. Any final thoughts? Are you going to come back next year? Anyone you're hoping to sort of race again next year? Tell us about what's coming up.
To be honest, this has been a bit of a whirlwind trip for us. It's just been a lot to take on. The Charles is a pretty formidable course. It's a formidable event. Racing like we raced it, just internal focus, that kind of thing. We didn't really know what to expect or who to see. So hopefully next year, pretty much definitely next year, I think we should be coming back with a better lay of the land. Not just from a rowing perspective, but also from a kind of a cultural perspective as well. We have a few graduates actually recently knocking around in Dublin, a few in Boston, a few alumni and that, and we're kind of engaging with them a little bit better. Hopefully meeting a few people here as we walk around, making a few connections, whether it be with the big guys in Harvard and MIT or even the smaller clubs knocking around. So that's been very engaging for us on that level. But overall, it's been an absolute privilege to kind of race this race, to be here, to meet the Trinity College alumni that we have here, and just get the guys out on a formidable course and racing serious racing and coming out with a respectable result then on the back of it. It's been it's really been a blast, maybe as they say around here.
Well, that's neat because technically you guys should have secured your spot for next year since you did finish in the top half. So you should have that bow number 11 next year. So it's really, really been awesome to have you guys here. I'm so excited that you got to come out. It's so great to see other collegiate crews like recognizing that this is a great race to come to because it only makes it better and better and better for everyone and a lot more fun. Is there anything else that you wanted to ask or was up with? If not, that's totally fine. We are reporting live here from the Aston Martin studio at the 54th head of the Charles Regatta here in Boston. So thank you so much for tuning in. Any final thoughts, final words?
Thanks for watching, I guess. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and we will be back soon.